conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. You tried to convince me it was all in my head, and I felt like it's that you was me instead. I wanted to rock with you, roll with you. Said you was my baby girl, then you left me too. Everything was kosher, perfect like a poster. Then I got word that you wanna leave a picture. Off with somebody else, off with the jerk. With the shame on me, you really thought that it could work. Off with
So,
Check, check, check. We are live and we are here with the topics. You don't know how the thing go. And we're going straight into it, you know. You check it out. We not even lose the heat. We just press gas. You don't know. Special thanks to everybody who coming in and share the show, share the live, commenting, etc., etc. Big up Real Talk Corner earlier. I was just watching in. You don't know, Alan. It was a great show. But yeah, we're rolling now. What you have to say?
um, yeah, Labby get a couple of the shot thing and then. So you hear your school try to cheat in a semi-final. What do you think about the cheating what Charleston try to do in the semi-final? I need to hear your comment on Charleston cheating in the semi-final.
I never thought in my life I would expect Charleston. Well, has it been confirmed?
Investigation. The investigation. It taking it take the whole of Saturday, Sunday, Monday, today, and we still don't know if the player is eligible or not. But I just wanted to know what you think about Johnson cheating in the primary school football tournament.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like one of the top teams that I know of growing up, you know what I mean, here in this now. I hope the investigation comes through because like I'm just gonna wait until the investigation finalized to determine.
Um, Johnson is a very important school. Well, whoever going to tell whoever done a Charleston that they didn't talk to finish board and they don't have the ammunition. Y'all have your clip. You're welcome, by the way. Um, Big up to Charleston Primary though. I like how I getting up on social media. I dealing with the thing.
Part
And I like
cheating,
these.
like how the cheating happen? There a fixed match or something like how?
Okay.
Me not understand.
Let me tell you the story. According to the story, a player played the game and he was not eligible to play. He was not registered. According to the story, and he played the semifinals. I think that you had to be registered and you had to play at least 2 regular season games. So the fact that he was not registered, according to the story, they're saying that bring up an issue. So you got to be investigated.
Okay,
Yeah.
CPS all the way.
All what me say is if the player is not eligible, Charleston just go play the third place game. People that talk about play over the game and all that kind of thing. No. If you play a player who can't play, then you lose the game. That's how the game go. If you had 8 people who were injured according to the story, if somehow Charleston had a squad with 18 people and one try convince Alan that 8 of them get injured before this is the semi-finals, a game could play with 7. Me
And
don't
who is
play.
the coach?
Me don't play for the school against team in a cricket. 7 man could play a cricket game, and I we had 10. You feel like them man say because I be their school, I be supposed to get some kind of break. I think the coach is Mr. Queeley.
Mr.
Oh, I
Who?
believe so. Mr. Queeley, Ryston Queeley. He ain't a football man too.
I think so.
Yeah, well, I believe he's a football coach. Football and athletics. Cover two grounds, one thing.
Well, I hope the investigation come through swiftly because they don't even need to postpone a whole game if they already got the rules in place.
But as me I tell you, I don't understand how this year takes so long. You read the rule, you see where the rule be. You then apply you understanding of the rule to the player. And then you just run the thing. But big up to
And
Corvin Wilkin. I had to tell he stopped from all the way in Florida and cause a whole game was suspend. Cause me know what he been talk about us. And then when me look, me say, "By Corvin, by look out." I was already. Me done sort out in my head, and I tell myself, "Bye." I gain on by the part now, cause somebody done tell me it gonna be tension. A man tell me he gonna fighting down there. Me say, "What? Free UFC? I gonna pass me real UFC. Oh, go down by the park and watch the game." But I don't
and Alan,
understand why you get a resolution as to now.
Alan, listen, this going all over into Interpremier, you know.
Wow. The, wow. This confusion?
Yeah,
How? How so?
because remember Charleston are accustomed to win and whatever, so they're gonna like, oh, so they will custom do this and that without this now. So now they're gonna look into Charleston heavily now in terms of sport activity, even down to
No, no,
quiz.
no. No. You ain't gonna come in and try to get no sympathy votes for Charleston. I ain't gonna let you come in and get the sympathy Charleston votes now. Charleston is the winner of Interpremier 4 years back to back. And they got athletes down there can done. So you ain't gonna get no sympathy vote. Whatever Charleston win is because they earn it, and wherever they lose is because somebody come and bang them. And that's how you're gonna end all the time. They're just tagging people so that they
Oh,
could know that's the names, man.
oh, and next thing too, I want to talk about Alan.
Mm-hmm.
For the past couple of days, obviously you see me posting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Mr. Man, I ain't got time to check my Facebook inbox like that. And luckily, I had time to check my inbox. And he had this one particular person came at me and saying, "Oh, I got time who cuss Mark every day. And I sure Mark don't help you." So me say, even if Mark help me or not, if me see something wrong, me not supposed to call him out.
No. That's negativity. You know, see me got on me full CC clothes tonight. Cause me get what in the comments too. But say I am in love with CCM, and you see it's only because of you, cause that's the balance. So me got on my CCM gaps tonight. Fully CCM tonight.
And I must wish for midday and mind my business. You hear me I tell you? Mine. I'm saying what I'm saying based on what me see. You understand? The guy did admit and said certain things. So I basically saying like, so basically you turn a blind, you got paid to turn a blind eye, knowing the man had, and knowing to you that this man was doing this, and you start to talk 7 years later.
Bye.
So no, I call you on it. I ain't supposed to say nothing because what? I beg you $100 one time. I beg you $50 one time. Me not supposed to say nothing.
You see, man, I love it when I plan fall together, you know, Jason. We on the show, we talk about MSR media. I say, I realize MSR kind of move out, and I realize when I hear nothing, man, I saw media come back in our life again. All of a sudden, I tell I realize how strange things be on the opposition bench. All of a sudden, you hear people are calling at the radio station. I am taking, see what taking place on the opposition. I love it when a plan come together, man. Everything nice.
But here what me I say. You understand me? He got some CCM people and like them afraid who call the cult keeper. You understand me a spade. You check it out, call a spade a spade. Don't watch me and call me a spade. You check it out. But hey, come on. Like if I see something, I'm gonna acknowledge it. For the longest while, I have not been posting, and because I have my opinion, I shouldn't say nothing because I sure you don't beg the man a $50, $20. So because so Alan, if me beg you $20 to them, miss you and fuck up yourself tomorrow, me can call you up on it because
Let me tell you what you're doing, though. This is your problem, right? Cause I let me. I have some observations to make. Oh, we got some clips to play of the premiere shortly. But before me play the clips of the premiere, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna say congratulations to the Ministry of Agriculture. You know, y'all say y'all got 3 calls last week. Officials from Anguilla, from Antigua, from St. Kitts. You know what I mean? You gotta big up. You gotta give him some love, man. You gotta give him some love. He gotta hear something good first. He gotta hear some positives. And then after, that's when you go get real and be like, bye. You remember that thing the way Baby been say? What do you mean? That's some kind of crazy. But you gotta give him some love first. And that's your
oh, I,
problem.
I gotta cover the love first.
That's what, yeah. You're coming with the
So
lyrics first.
you're trying, so you're trying to tell me, got like defend up on the outside and keep it in house.
No, for the times then when you took a break, you should have been gathering up the intel to say, congratulations on this.
Well,
Congratulations on going to Dubai and coming home safely, them kind of thing. But you know do
well,
that.
I'll talk him tomorrow and say I love you.
Okay. And then you cook us after that.
Okay.
But you can't start off
Because
with because
at the end of the day, I ain't come to nobody from a personal standpoint, you know. You check it out, I ain't come no attack nobody personally. He said something, you know what I mean? Whatever you say, Adu could be used against you.
definitely. Sometime and all if you don't talk that they could be used against you.
Exactly. So I go according to what you said. All of a sudden you don't know. And after me supposed to digest it.
By the way how you talk all of that there, we're gonna got to get into them clips. Ladies and gentlemen, the pressing matter this week, what I want to deal with, I mean there is some stuff what happening in the parliament too. Minister Chai Labor, I'm disappointed in what you said. We did the budget show already and we wasn't biased with the budget show. I'll be start off with when NRP get in, how much NRP put on, how much Vance put on, how much CCM put in right now. And to reiterate, just to give you a long story short, Vance ain't play with Nevis people money. Vance ain't waste Nevis people money. If you want to say NRP spend bad, in 7 years, NRP put on, I think, roughly 200 million. I did some calculations this evening here. In 5.5 years, CCM have on 170 million. So CCM is right on pace. I think they're gonna get to about 230 when they reach 7 years. So if you say NRP spend bad, me no mind. If you say Vance ain't spend bad, I with you. But if you tell me Mark Brantley spend good, me only want to know why. So that there was a little bit unfortunate. But anyway, I really and truly we're dealing with the letters, man. Because Premier was on his radio show. He was back last week. He was on fire last week. And his revelations led to revelations and led to counter reactions. So I'll be able to deal with all of this. And for those, the loyal letter people, all of the letter them depend can open, so so public domain and fair use and all of them story there. Okay. I'll be only talk about what is out. So give me a little break. Ira, whenever you are ready and you want to play the first clip, you can run the first clip.
That the new Prime Minister, Dr. Drew, has in 12, 14 months of being in office destroyed the program. I think all of us who are sensible would know better. And as I traveled and as I sat in the various meeting rooms and boardrooms in Dubai and I engaged, I recognize that there are problems, to be certain, but a lot of those problems stem from a government of which I was a part.
So, first one, and listen, I try to kind of break it down, contextualize the thing. So Jason, as you said, he said a lot of the problems what we're facing right now, if you want, we not talk about the fruits where I drop down on people roof. I'll be talk about the root and them where go dig out if you want to get rid of the problem. If you want to know where the problem originate from, is right in the Team Unity government.
What he was a part of. Next clip.
But not only that, he find out so in Dubai. That when he find out that that's the case. Oh me
service provider after service provider, expert after expert that I engage with, all trace the difficulties that our program is having back to this jail project that was approved and signed off on by Timothy Harris, Prime Minister Timothy Harris, as he then was.
And who was the Minister of Foreign Affairs?
You'll get tied up with the Foreign Affairs story there, you know. Who in control of CBI? Hear how the Premier tangle up himself now. Remember the Premier tangle up himself because he walk out through I'm the Minister of the Foreign Affairs. I kinda out here selling the passport and building up the diplomatic relationship. So it's supposed to kind of work. But that not really got nothing to do with CBI. And the Prime Minister it does deal with CBI. And he wasn't the Prime Minister. He just pushed himself in an angle. If you see that the CBI already shine there, by maybe the Minister of Education and Army, they try to find a way to be making a link between CBI and education. Me Minister of Sport and certain things happen, me I go say bye. Because of sports CBI boost off, you know. So he only get himself tangled up in there like a song, in my estimation.
But in my estimation, he as the Foreign Minister is going out there to ensure everything is connected to foreign affairs, including foreign investments.
So
not dealing with a foreign woman.
So let me ask you a question. The same way still right now, tourism and culture split. But you could tell me culture does affect tourism. You could tell me tourism does affect culture. does it mean that the minister of culture now are going on in a tourism? Because they're connected?
You're supposed to. Because you never know who's going to be the acting prime minister.
And then still, you see how the problem coming in there again? They got two different PS again. No? The PS for one ain't going to be the PS for the other. Car they split.
Who split it?
Whoever the leader that split it. Whoever, whether it's the prime minister or premier, whoever are the leader split it, however they want.
Yeah, but he as the premier supposed to got a level of understanding why certain things are put in place. Just so he would put a special advisor below him. You understand me? So well what?
Right. No, right.
Because just so he could line up his ducks them, you understand me? He know how the prime minister at that time was lining up his ducks them too, because he had the ducks them line up too. So if he see a situation going on over there, he like, but I may do the same thing too. So he was following up to it. I'm not saying like, okay, you could be dumb all you want after you claim the victim, you know, but you going under the bus too. Victim or no victim, you going right under there.
As me say, me find it amazing now too. That he just a find out these things. Basically a year and change after you was in there. Not even a year and change, closer to 2 years really and Jolie. 18 months.
Boy, remember, if he in there for 2 years, you understand me? So he basically get a salary still. You understand me? Half of the guilt there.
Half of what guilt? Half of the problems that was caused because during his administration.
Yeah, because remember he did 2 terms, right?
Yes. Well.
So thank you.
One and a third.
You can blow the ass. You can blow the smoke up whoever's ass. But I'm too far away to blow some smoke up this ass. I love you.
Yeah,
I love you. But when it comes to these discussions here, I have to tell you fuck off.
Somebody been asking in the comments, what you think of Lindsey Grant sentence that he was given today? I think they said conditional something, and he had to pay basically $15 for each.
Listen, no politician in Nigeria sink his Nevis, and no other politician gonna let no politician go jail later, because if he start with one, he gonna go down the line. All what happened is they just want a conviction, so you know run politics again.
Even though you say that he retired, they want to make sure he retire.
Yeah, stay where you're there.
Oh, I feel you.
Stay where you are.
You think it was enough? I think that about $4,500.
Bro, he did 2 terms, so he getting allowance too.
Watch out, me feel like maybe that man job shot, because you go be in there for something more. I think like 80 years or something. I 7 them man, you know. So me think them man might be shot. Someone in there definitely shot.
Well, I ain't know how much I would judge a term by, because guess what? So much of things could be changed up, right? You know what I mean? You don't even know how much a term after you look the overlap the election and all that type of stuff there.
Well, as I tell you, they got a thing. There's a lot to deal with it. So it tell you the amount of time where you got to serve. If you ain't in there for 8, I think you're shot. But anyway, I could go ahead with the next one. No?
The sound and fury. And I said, you know what? Why don't all of us take a step back? And I'm not here tonight trying to absolve myself because I was a part of the government that approved the jail, albeit I didn't know anything about the jail. And I was as shocked as members of the public.
You was as shocked as the members of the public that you didn't know about the jail. But you definitely know about the Charleston card that you didn't get.
This I mean confusion, and I bring it up about other things. For example, the fair share. If the premier, as part of the federal government, wasn't happy with the fair share, and he in the budget debate, he could vote again. He could express his dissent for what going on in the budget with regards to the fair share. You know. He could say, "I
And he could,
disagree. I do not approve."
but
He
it's not even that, Alan.
how is he approving a jail program? And he don't know nothing in the program. But he gonna stand up and he gonna say, "Boy, I'm in support of this."
But Alan, he could have been the cleon of the situation if he wanted to.
No.
He had the Charleston card, you understand me?
But
And the
Cleon
Charleston,
the cards. Cleon had the cards? But they
no,
had the
I'm
card
just saying, like,
cards.
I
Oh.
meaning like he could have stood him up, you know what I mean? Leave him out there and like, yo, my tree ain't coming unless I get this.
But he only had
Which is
them man only had leverage in the first term, yeah? In the second term he had no leverage. Can remember Pam had the 4.
yeah. But hey, but just to show you how things are so crazy, right? That everything be coming out after the fact now. So why don't you just forfeit and done? If you know you made a terrible mistake, why don't do the people them a favor? You know what I mean? But I know people of their kind gonna say, why don't I hush? Why don't somebody say don't take the man the place now? You understand me? Why don't they just take a back seat? Let Alexis be the leader of the opposition then. You mess up for the 7 years. You understand me? Okay. Let somebody else take leadership. Maybe they have better ideas. Maybe they might stick to something. Because I know Alexis like his fish water, so he goes stand for fish water.
You feel like it's the responsibility of ministers in a cabinet to know what's going on with other ministers in a them ministries and them kind of thing?
Of course.
So ain't just the leader supposed to know what's going on. You yourself supposed to like reach out to
It
other
got to be
ministers and
transparent with everybody. Because everybody has a meetup who know account to what them have spent and whatever and what's been happening. Everybody gonna get up to date with what's going on. That's why we vote for you. So you guys could collaborate and make a way forward.
So you feel like when you're in trust, you vote to the premier, you're supposed to be getting a certain level of scrutiny when he in
Yeah.
a meeting.
Yes. Ask the real questions them to make everybody uncomfortable. And you're gonna get the results where you want. Because that's the purpose of what you went down there for.
The next question I want to ask. That jail story there, that end up being something maybe them man start to talk about in like 2021, something like that. That wasn't late.
Bro, bro, Sean Richards went there and do a video during the
Oh,
election time.
so if he's saying that the problem start them time there, that late down in the thing. So what happened to 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20? So the program been good all in time there, except for when the jails he gonna got to start out the timing pan that day.
You think it's also the timing? You think it's also the timing? He shouldn't even talk about it without even apologizing. He need to apologize. This is the second time I'm calling on the premier to apologize. I love you, but you have to apologize. We would accept the
but
apologize because you go on with the fuck we still enough, but apologize at least.
the man said he's not trying himself out. I remember the next one.
Yeah, but you not trying yourself out doesn't, you know what I mean, say shit, you not saying no sorry yet, you know? So you admit that shit was happening and you still answer by a sorry boy. I lead you
Okay.
to a wrong place.
Okay,
Anything
watch
about the
it.
jail. And I was as shocked as members of the public because, as I have explained to the public, it appears that there were a few cabinets in the unity administration. There was an inner cabinet, those who were on the inside knowing what was going on, and then a couple of us out in the yard. Well, I was out in the yard.
But
How
Jason,
such man,
what you say?
so how such man could determine when he out in the yard? Yo, you still were getting paid. You still were getting paid. So you need to tell us a little more about the one inside, not the one in the yard.
Here what me know, right? When me listen to the program. When Shaggy, it wasn't me come out, that was the premiership. That they're supposed to be like playing in the background. Anytime the premier got the press conference, that man should just play that S off. Anytime they ask on something about confusion, you just turn them up a little bit more. The premier now get caught slipping in and nothing. Even when he been in cabinet, he still a tell up and me no be no. Don't put that up on me. Don't put that up on me. I
Watch out.
like it.
Listen, Alan, he been in the yard long time, you know? Fam, you not get what you want. Your position was pointless. What I say? Fam, you not get what you want. Your position was pointless. But guess what? You get paid anyway, so you can turn your back and do what you want still. You travel on a plane, you go to Dubai. How much time you went to Dubai in 7 years? How much time you went to Dubai? Tell me how much time you went to Dubai in 7 years. After you went to Dubai one time and you learned so much things.
Right. You should go again. You should go annually. If you're gonna come out with then kind of fire.
So all of a sudden the people them in Dubai, like the masquerade them where you bring, and all of a sudden start to tell you what I want.
Yeah, the
Well,
service
what?
providers and the professionals.
Well, next year or next week, walk with the clones. Then after you go back again with Maka Zombie.
Spread the culture.
Yeah, it's called Joama 50. Because whatever you say right now, the people of Nevis who sent you down there 7 years ago deserve an apology. That's all. Just say you're sorry. You know what? Admit you're sorry. You want to keep it in your circle? Who say you're sorry? No. A public apology. Just say it and get it out the way. Nothing lasts long when it comes to stuff like that in the public. It only lasts 9 days. Stories like that only last 9 days. Only we gonna bring it up and remind you. But for the public, it only lasts 9 days.
Even if it was in the premier circle, remember the circle wasn't inside, eh? The circle was outside, out in the yard. You ain't feel like you ain't. If there's a clique, you feel like he been supposed to know about there's a clique. How many years of not getting the fair share you think he been supposed to take before the premier realized bye? And asking question before he realized bye. Something not go right there.
Bro, understand what's happening right now. You check it out. Let me talk a little properly here. The dude is basically saying that he had he had there was information behind his back and he still not get what he want. It would have been better if he was getting what he want for the betterment of Nevis at that time, and my boy think it's a do what he want. So then you would have like, by at least we get what we want still. So, but that's a next thing Sink it's going to deal with because it's been building in Sink it's. But now, you know what I mean? Not all we benefited from. Because you ain't get the card, all you get is your paycheck and a title with it. You get a title with it and you get fired.
Right. Yeah, I tell you that was the next problem with the Charleston card. The premier should have realized Honda stopped make a card long time. So he should have called it the Charleston Civic. You check. You can't even say the Charleston Integra. He go with a Honda what them man still a make buy. He picked the wrong one. He picked the wrong one. Mr. Premier Young upgrade, you know. You're not even does deal with Honda. You shouldn't name it the Audi. Audi
So
Benz.
with that being said, right, and all of a sudden you're talking about NRP filed this and with whatever with NRP. You check it out up to now, take no accountability, say, yo, I'm me fault. But all of a sudden, yes, I know I was part of it. But up to now, although you say whatever, right, you know what I mean? You really kind of saying it and like you're stepping away from it. Like you say, boy, me been there, Me been there when the shooting happened, me drive past.
So he need to apologize for approving the jail and not knowing what was in the jail.
Yes.
Okay. I will play the next clip.
Because
So that is
they
life.
ain't gonna get back the money.
But I make the point that jail project appears to be the basic touchstone for a lot of the difficulties that we're now experiencing. I'm not going to get into too much more tonight, but I learned quite a bit when I was there of some of the things that were going on in relation to that particular project, and how the government then at the highest levels allowed massive underselling of the CBI program. The passports were being sold like sugar cake. I wouldn't even say black pudding because black pudding more expensive than sugar cake. It was giving developers 4,000 and 5,000 units to sell. And the reason they were giving them so many units is because they knew that these people were not selling the units at the legal and lawfully provided for price. That's what was going on.
Mr. Bradley, all I have to say, I'll be down by the river. I'll be down by the river. Yeah, just meet me down by the riverside. Down by the riverside. Down by
So
the riverside.
all the premier had to do was attend one CBA conference. And at this conference, he met all these people. He just happened to meet them. All of them. was letting him know what is the cause of the problem now.
When he went when he's not Minister of Foreign Affairs.
And I gonna add on upon this here too, because watch out, me feel like me I take the right position, you know. I feel like he arguing that because he's the Minister of Foreign Affairs that qualify he to go there. That he's saying that he's supposed to know what going on in the CBI. So me ain't see how he's saying by he could go and he could get a perspective from the program. But then when you ask him, well, what was going on in the program, he tell you about me no. I was Minister of Foreign Affairs. Don't ask me about
But the people them were gonna bite into the story and say, oh my God, oh, I saw bad Timothy. But then I look at the side effect. They ain't looking at the side effect. They ignoring that noise, you know. They're gonna ignore that noise and listen to what they want to hear. You check it out?
Well,
Then what happened? You know what happened with Abi, so dialect, right? Abi, your customer here, Abi. So if you say Abi, yeah, some Abi gonna get to understand. So remember, I give you the benefit of the doubt now. So if you say Abi, the people in Nevis gonna understand. Why Abi mess up? But it's a conjunction, just so you know.
I would tell anybody who want to war with the former Prime Minister, I make sure when I deal with a man, they deal with he like a Jason, Freddy, them kind of horror man there. Make sure you see him done kind of half dead. And even when he done kind of half dead, you got to deal with him with savagery. Don't come like a so. You gotta come when you shoot. You got to shoot good. I mean, you guy
But listen. Oh, all right.
So a project that should get 500 units to be sold at 250,000 US dollars. I'm just drawing a reference. That project ended up asking for 5,000 and 6,000 units because they know they're only selling them for $5,000 and $6,000. That is really what happened. And that is what led to the problems. And the attitude of the then government was, we don't care. We don't care how much they're being sold for. Because the government getting the same due diligence fees and the same registration fees. So the government is getting its pound of flesh. So we don't care. And in fact,
he's saying the attitude of the government then was, like I said, he was not a part of the government. What am I
Well, he said
missing?
we. Well, he said we. So, I don't know if you mean we as in like hypothetically speaking, I just generally mean we as in them. So he did say we. So I give him that. I would give him the benefit of the doubt.
So he take accountability in that one there.
He said we. But as I said, Nevis people not gonna recognize the we part. He go say Abi.
Or he gonna break it down in our slang.
Yeah, he goes to Abi. But guess
I
what?
can't listen to the video.
But guess what? The $1,000 them, the double salary done share, all of this money done share, the bonus done share, the raise done share, and he take all of them still. And he's still going to come. So when you hear people ask for house and all that type of stuff, then we can't even vex with them because what? Look at what's happening to the top. So if a man vote for you and want a horse and take it as a bribe or whatever, we can't even vex with the man there. Can't vex with him, Alan. You gonna vex with him?
No. Yeah.
You can't vex with him again. Guess what? Something don't drop off of the skyscraper, you know? Something don't drop off of the top floor. Long time.
But if too much of people think so, in our country.
All me want is mine drop off of the second floor. So at least I know I get them, you know what I mean? Little damage on the side or whatever, something enough for me to repair.
Use.
Yeah,
You could refurbish it.
yeah. We don't mind. So, like situation like these, you know what I mean? Man, it look like we just got focused on the chicken broiler. It look like the chicken broiler gonna save the economy.
Oh yeah, big up to the government. They had a big meeting for the broiler industry. You know, that's gonna be getting going next year. Just bringing in a consultant, even though the thing has been here for about 7 months now. We ain't gonna make that hospital mistake again. You check? You ain't gonna have to build and thing. So the consultant is in before the building gone up this thing. We ain't gonna build and then call the consultant.
Well, they call in the consultant, they phone them on away.
My man son where the falls are, but I know a lady was telling them that the could raise a fall in a 32 days now. Maybe I wonder if cause she said they used to raise fall in a 59 days, now them are do it in a 32. If I be a raise fall in a 32 days, you know, won't be the same chemical chicken as what I would import from America, except the chemical them I be put them in Abyssal. 32 days we get
No,
a fall.
no. But you know the saying, the chemical is more organic, is more this. So this had 87%, this have 26. And you're gonna just say, wow. And all will be happening, they just dilute them. They just add water.
Agriculture, Angola is very impressed with our best practices at the agro processing unit. Okay? When
In terms of our storage,
yeah, and the diversity of products that we are
in terms
able
of
to
storage, like how much stuff we go store at a time and nothing.
as I say, and diversity of products. Remember that storage there is to make sure that farmers produce don't waste some. You check? So I like I know so Christmas I come people go sell their relish. But I see a man got cattle the other day, right? But I hope he not plan to sell that to nobody, you know. You know how cattle supposed to be red? That egg green, that egg got something wrong with it. Me watch the animal and me feel sorry the animal, yeah? But them man supposed to, yo, that ain't good. Many want to call partner, but he working too hard. He need to put that the water commission. You know, good look.
I feel you. Well, I swear going down and chichi bird as a cell. What I notice a lot of people here have nothing to say but behind people. But come on, that's a common thing, man. You know what I mean? Don't even focus on that. Just focus on what you have to say and just make sure say it clearly. Talk first, talk hard, talk last. So you're not gonna worry about a thing that say, let's say it to your face. You see, everything what we're saying here is recorded. So we could get the message across to my good friend the Premier. You know what I mean? As I say, I love you. I love you to death.
Me definitely don't get me what them to my face, but I will show me a couple of them. That's how come me got a Miss Sissy and Blue. Hey, go ahead, play the next clip.
And we rolling.
So a project that should get 500 units to be sold at 250,000 US dollars. I'm just drawing a reference. That project ended up asking for 5,000 and 6,000 units because they know they're only selling them for $5,000 and $6,000. That is really what happened, and that is what led to the problems. And the attitude of the then government was, we don't care. We don't care how much they're being sold for, because the government getting the same due diligence fees and the same registration fees. So the government is getting its pound of flesh. So we don't care. And in fact,
that is the same clip where you just play, but I'm glad they play on back because I've been forget something. As I say, he been in the government and this thing been happen. He been the Minister of Foreign Affairs. You think he using anything in this experience to make sure that this not happen? Like for example, under the Joe administration? I began offline.
I think what happened is, right, he drying out the situation because guess what? Remember, it's like different from the point, you know. Like for instance, you know you're under fire for something, but watch out, we got a sweeter story than this. Let me talk about this here. So by the time you hear this big, by the time you hear of this big story in terms of 500 units turned into 5,000 units for $5,000 for 1 hour, whatever, right? You know what I mean? I was like, yo, the man has sell out the country. But then I look at the dollar, what you sell out the country for, the issue with MSR media and all those type of stuff. Which, you know, the people then who feel like they're working for MSR media, they basically were working for the government.
Not them. Not from the article where you missing. The government pay them $10 million, so you could start later. The government was working for them. The government pay $10 million.
Yeah, $10 million after they still remember the money still got to pay the people that were working there too, you know?
And what I'm seeing happening with the Citizenship by Investment program is the same thing. And I'm sending a clear signal tonight. I was foreign minister of this country for 7 years. I sat in a government for 7 years. I believe that the former leader of St. Kitts and Nevis, the man who headed my government and cabinet, need to sit down and hush him out about CBI. That would be my gentle and humble advice. Go sit down and hush him out about citizenship by investment. Talk about other things. But leave that one day alone, because I am telling you now, some information is going to come to light and it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pleasant. So I am saying respectfully, go sit down on that.
I love the technical bullshit. It's like telling you to sit down, but at the same time, but you remember you gotta protect me too, you know. Remember me part of this too, you know. Let's not talk about that, because if you say so, it's gonna affect me.
Well, you could say all of that. What I wanna say, right, Mr. Premier? Sometimes when you get some pum pum where you ain't gonna call to get, you don't go on the road and let people know you just get it pum pum, or you gang go get it pum pum. Don't talk out yourself. You know story you come. What you gonna say story you come for? You want to do your stuff and go up on radio go talk about information I go release. And then what happened? We get the MSR letter. So how you make the thing look? You make the thing look like I say you are orchestrate. You know what going on. That's the way be my observation be, you know? What you going on if you know this thing I go come out? You do like a stupid Alan. You wait. You know you gonna come out. You let them and send them letter. And you tell them, don't copy me, don't CC me on the letter. Don't CC me. If I not CC the current Prime Minister, what the hell are you CC me for? Yo, we gonna get some better side man, some better man etiquette. You run in and you get something where you're not gonna call or get you get the information because the person will rate you. And the first thing you do come from Dubai, who talk about why be you get all this information you hear and things that will come out. And you're going to go chatting Tim? No, you got to be a headshot. You done chatting Tim before. Come on, you know how it does work out when you're chatting Tim. Unity in opposition.
You're going to target the orchestrate of information where he knows everywhere you step.
He don't
Like,
tell you about which fire you go put your candle them. You can't play with them man there.
he don't tell you what you get for what you not get. He make you stand up in the yard. The man make you stand up in the yard. Are you say so, you know? He says so, you know? His words make you stand up in the yard and you're not gonna change but to be in the yard.
You check?
No, you're talking like surviving Timo. Cassie and Diddy.
Man, did he settle quick by?
The orchestrate of information. You ain't the orchestrate of information, bro. That's the orchestrate of information. That man nigga falls on top of you. Relax. You are sit down and attack.
These are the little things about the premier what me I see strategically. The premier will not have bid this done so early o'clock. The premier will have sit down on that. He only had to sit down on it a week, yeah? And gone like I said, he don't know what going on. Talk about
And what the
everything
MSR media say?
Eh?
What MSR media say?
I would got to find the letter. I don't even get the letter here.
Hey, is one thing about the anti-man, no? If he got foil on top of you, he got a fax, no? Anti-man no need to tell such lie, yo.
I ain't touching nothing with you, sir. you see you got just minute. I ain't touching nothing with you, just I don't know nothing about that. I will go play the next clip, you know. MSR
Talk about other things, but leave that one day alone, because too many problems were created in that program because everybody was there, glad handing and winking and nod. Everybody was drinking champagne and getting Louis Vuitton luggage and expensive watch and shoe. Now let me start open my mouth. Let people stop what they're doing. The program is important to us.
Who us?
Think it's a nearest people.
But there was a chance on my card.
That only the proceeds. He talking about the program in general.
He don't be really care about the program. He only be care about the card. So that's why we go so me and say to. For years and years, we never been care with what go on down there. You understand me? That's why the Chasna card was created. So he could get wherever he want and go he way. So it is not a matter of caring for whatever. Does he care now?
But he would. So you ain't feel like he get about 30% of the revenue right now?
Well, he talking like he look like based on how we are talking right now, he look like he's sitting on 25% and talking for 5.
No, well, I think his argument is that if you're going to lose 30%, what you going to do? This is not a question what Vance any other premier had to ask before this. It's only he's the first premier who had to deal with this problem.
Well, all he got to do, go to the mass grave and ask a couple questions. Go to Vancy grave and go there ask some questions. Or whatever thought come to your head, you just deal with it. Otherwise, don't ask NRP.
Well,
It might be NRP fault again.
From disclosing information other than one's job, there can be other liability. Because here, it says liable in any, if he had said, for example, Mr. AG, no whistleblower shall be liable in any civil, criminal, or disciplinary proceedings or subject to any sanction. But it goes on to say, relating to his or her employment. So it's limiting the protection that's afforded. And I think that that too needs to be looked at. I go now to section 10. Section 10 is an interesting section because section 10 contemplates situations, Madam Deputy Speaker, where the whistleblower was himself or herself a co-conspirator. So if you and I thief the money, and I say, you know what, maybe I find the Lord or I get conscience or whatever, that I'm going to blow the whistle. Madam Deputy, you will be involved in that. So let me say number 10 and I. Number 10 didn't get his fair share from the money. So he decided he's going to blow the whistle. That's where section 10 comes in. Protection, mitigation, whistleblowers.
What you going to say about that, Alan? I can't hear you.
Oh yeah, I've been mute my mic because I've been listening to something. But I've been to say the premier been so professional in terms of like the laws that would be required for somebody to. Man, he had a lot of different. He was talking about turning crow and everything, snitch. He know all of the lingo with regards to biting the cheese. He was shredding Joe, the AG. Yesterday, he was tying with the AG. Some people had a problem with the performance. I feel like it was a good performance. I feel like Liar Brain was on. Most of the things in YB he said the AG stand man was like, bye, you make sense for the most part. He been had something where the premier been saying at the last clip, but maybe forget to respond to. He been say everybody in a CBI was getting Louis Vuitton luggage and watches and all that kind of thing there. So you see, what I understand, right? The premier was in some kind of interaction with these people. He's seeing people fat, and I talking fat with how they're moving. And it's only like a year after he realized, because let me tell you, for instance, me come back, I see some kind of movements too, but I end up and watch it and I say, bye. The government did say that they give some people a raise. So I walk over, well, bye, them are using the raise for real. Because these men ain't even got government chance, but these men, yo, life is good, man.
I can say here because the budget is coming up in Nevis, and I'm going to say so in Nevis. that we took a decision, a difficult decision in Nevis, to remove the fuel surcharge from domestic consumers. Why? It was killing people. Poor people, single mothers, the elderly were complaining they could not afford electricity. The result of that is that it has led the finances of the Nevis Island administration into a deplorable condition.
But I remember I want to say nothing until you play the next one. Cause he said he led the finances of Nevis into a deplorable condition.
I believe I am excited about this because
Here, because the budget is coming up in
2004 I've been hearing about geothermal. I believe I'm correct. Member for Nevis 9 can correct me. I was once the Minister of Energy in Nevis too, and I was of 2013 to 2017 was also behind this geothermal thing. And we have been trying. And there have been efforts made from all quarters to derail this project. But I believe we are back on track now.
Big up to the Premier for getting. I like how you finesse Dr. Joe for the geothermal money. By the way, I respect it. You only got to finesse the airport money now, and then after that, by Dr. Joe, you will be hearing about your MC. If you ain't know where be your MC, go ask one young man on the road. He gonna explain it to you. I heard that now the one yet still don't know. I'm talking about the young man asked the question at the press conference and the Premier
And also
answer.
on social media and radio programs, there have been many claims being bandied about NIA bankruptcy. What is the truth regarding the NIA financial health? And is it true that the NIA is struggling with its debt?
Yeah, and go ahead, play what the Premier said with regards to the question there.
The NIA financial position has always been difficult because we are a small island managing as best as we can. But it is far-fetched to say that the NIA is either bankrupt or close to bankruptcy. The NIA, all during COVID, when Mr. Dixon, our economy had gone to a halt, we paid our workers on time and in full. We didn't issue any IOUs. The NIA, since COVID, has given our public servants thus far 10% salary increase with another 5% to come in January, 1st of January next year. That doesn't sound to me like a government that is bankrupt. The government continues to deliver services and at the highest levels. I have just mentioned our health services. And so we have been functioning, difficult as it is sometimes to balance competing demands on the public purse, but we have been functioning. So this notion about bankruptcy is far-fetched and nonsensical. We have very good relations with our bankers. We have engaged with them. And I would not stand here and tell you that from time to time we don't have to go to our bankers and say, listen, our cash flow is difficult, so we need to lean on our overdraft facility. That happens, but that is the day-to-day functioning of any government. We are not a government, and that was one of the issues, if you recall, when we argued over fair share of the CBI proceeds and other opportunities, because we never had access to large sums that we could just deposit in the bank as surplus. We were always trying to manage the scarce resources that we had. But we have been doing so successfully and navigating the position successfully, and I believe that our financial partners, our bankers, are satisfied that we are paying our debt and we're paying our debt on time. So I don't think that there's any merit whatsoever to any such suggestion.
Alan,
Mm-hmm.
how to say a books without saying a books?
But listen, when I listen to the Premier, I just got listen to one device and then I still got access to another device. So I could look up. So, just to update you, when the Premier was asked if what about the NIA finances, and whether we're struggling, are we anywhere close to bankruptcy? The answer is no. We good. We're paying everybody on time, and he had the correct inflections in the voice, and he was pointing out and so. Yesterday, he said the state of the finances are deplorable. No, you might not know what deplorable mean after the top of your head, or no? So me end up say, bye, let me go in me Collins. Deplorable is an adjective. In a got no sense why you good. In the sense of terrible, it mean very bad or unpleasant. In the sense of disgraceful, no, they're
You
not
see?
even gonna.
Well, you see what happened is the man asks a question where he's supposed to ask me and you. You understand me? The man supposed to ask the
Mm-hmm.
premier if the finances is deplorable.
You see, everything you say very bad, regrettable,
You can't ask
wretched.
him if he broke something. Then you cannot say he broke. But the next day he tell you it's deplorable.
So I just wanna let people know, do not, if you wanna come and describe conditions, the finances, if you wanna say we close to bankruptcy, you lie in your ass. If you wanna say we're struggling, you lie in your ass. If you wanna say we're deplorable, if you wanna say we're lamentable, we're regrettable, we're pitiful, them kind of ways there, you within your bones. Because we got a way to say deplorable, and we're going with the synonyms too. You check
So
it out?
at least you know, guys, especially the journalists, them and all that stuff there from the media house. Like you guys should be there long enough to know how this man does respond, to know how to respond back to him, and how to ask these questions. Because you can't go to the man as a typical man and say, you broke, finance, and this and that, and bankruptcy. Them words are too typical now. I be don't learn about them words now. I've not learned about the probable and all that stuff there yet. So you gotta come with them words now.
Yeah. Really and truly, from listening to a lot of these talk shows, I need to read our Bible before I go in the press conference. The Bible got in a lot of words, a lot of lyrics. Cause deplorable is a Bible word. No? You would hear conditions is deplorable, but them is the kind of lyrics them why they are going to use. Don't say struggling with finances and them kind of thing there. Ain't struggling with nothing. Are we deplorable? Yes. But don't say bad. That's negative. But you know next thing what I been wanna say? Me just hear people talk about them places and them and they get a cussing. The last Joe Budden podcast when I listen, cause me done with Joe Budden too. Everything he talk about Drake, he wanna charge people money, me done with him. But I hear this man say, you know Madison Square Garden, right? This man said
Yeah.
34th Street is like one of the nastiest places. Hate going to events at Madison Square Garden. Old building, this, that. And me hear the man a cuss, right? And this man talking about a famous arena in New York. And this man just saying what he got to say. And you don't hear people saying, well, look at the negativity. You all just... And I be go over a Mondo chap, and I'll be say, bye. We would like a kind of setting where we could sit down and in the hard thing, yeah. Panabi bottom, we want a little place where you got a little covering. Oh, you coming with your negativity. Joe Budden pan hip podcast or millions of people are follow. Who will say by Madison Square Garden and 34th Street. Nasty. And everybody know this thing. Like if you if you're into them kind of vibes, if you gone Madison Square, you always think. But it's a famous arena. Me just I just wanna wish the day when me could cuss in peace. You know what I mean? But progressive. Because I feel like we don't come with alternatives. I would have said like, you know, if you do this, the thing might be a little better like us. I remember a couple of years ago, maybe I asked the premium. Mr. Premium, you don't feel like I should do debates? You don't feel like you would be good to get the parties and them attack? No boy. You know, I show you no spotlight. Now up to today in the parliament, where you be here say? Bye. Um Joseph Parry don't say things about me and me say things about he too. But would I always meet him and say what going on cause? You know, and we got with little talking. So I can't talk to the opposition right now, people in the opposition right now. We reach this stage. I see you gotta keep people talking. And you can't say that people need to go to jail and expect them to work with you with certain things. It's gonna be hard. We ain't gonna piece it up so easy. But just that's all I got for tonight, really, you know.
Well, you don't know manners and respect to everybody coming out tonight. You don't know it was a double bubble, of Alan.
But Adele,
Yeah, man.
Adele, if for the premier you talk about, and I would assume you're talking about before your wife, because the premier is a liar, man. Premier never cheat on your wife, no time. But with regards to if the premier get a woman, the premier does talk like a man who always get a woman. You know how me know that the premier does always get a woman? When the premier start to talk about the chancellor cards like it's a serious thing. He talk about getting what was promised. I know that that's a man who never home and somebody promise he they gonna call he or let him know when they could come through or when them a come and then I reach. He just not get the call. He always get the call.
So here the type of person go tell your wife he can go work and he depend on the wait for this phone call.
Marley, listen man, Marley you is my friend, eh? I just wanted to know. With the comment they were just post, oh my god, you is my friend, man. For real, for real. But anyway. But maybe I just
We
got
out.
that thing. Yeah. You
I feel like